Good evening. Good evening. The men folk are on their way, so um, I'll have my mic on in a few minutes by the time David gets out here. But a good evening. Hey, Mary Beth. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm excited about tonight's project. My glasses. Goodness. I meant to clean them before we came out. I swear I have microfiber claws like all over the place. Um, But good evening, you guys. I know you guys, I don't know if you can hear the cooler or not, but I'm going to have my mic as soon as my sound guy gets out here. Hey, are you ready? Come on in, Pop, and close the door. You're letting all the air out. We don't want to be hot, okay? Thank you. Grandpa can open the door when he comes. Good job. You want to say hi? Are you thinking about it? Say hi, everyone.
Oh.
You see yourself? You changed your mind? Okay. He changed his mind. Hey, Flea, how are you? Thank you guys so much for joining us. Next chapter, home decor. Hello. Hey, Karen. I know, you guys don't tell David I said hi to everybody yet, so that way he can still do his job. Flea says hi to Mar.
Well, you were mine.
Okay. He's going to go and draw with his markers.
Oh, what a haste.
I know, I'm fired, huh, babe? I started already. I forgot he had spilled all his apple juice. So, I didn't turn my mic on yet. I know, but I still need to switch it over. I still have it on my mic still. Baby's like, now you want to start on time, huh? I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I just know you can't start early, apparently.
Oh, no. I'm drinking iced coffee today, y'all, because it is hot. And I don't know if it's just humid, because it's only 101. My computer's not showing it. What's your need, babe?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did you turn it on?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay. Let me put the good mic on so you guys don't have to hear the cooler. Okay. Is that better? Only 201. I mean, 101. Did I say 201? Oh my gosh. It feels like it's 201. I think it's only 101. The last time we looked, it'll probably get a little hotter as we get. Well, no, it's 5 o'clock now, so it shouldn't go down. Oh, Michelle. Yeah. And honestly, 100 is hot. I'm not saying it's not hot, but if you're in the house, you're usually fine. But monsoon season has started early this year, it feels like. And so it's just humid. And, we Arizonans, we're desert rats. We're not used to humidity, except for during monsoon season. Yeah. Hey, Rajani, it is. The wind is doing a number. And it's doing a number on my cooler, too. It's like blowing through the cooler. So the air conditioner, like my air conditioning, so it's not blowing right. Anyways, I'm going to stop whining. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Chattin and Crafftin with Royce and David. David is missing, but he'll be right back. And for tonight's project, you guys, I have a really cute upcycle. Let me add my second camera. And then we will switch. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. He's back and better than ever. Okay. So if you are new here, my name is Royce Hunt Bell. The voice you'll hear in a moment behind the camera is David Bell. And you may also hear our grandson, who is also here tonight. And together we make up Roycycle Treasures. We meet here on Sunday evenings at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to upcycle, repurpose, create. And we do a lot of chit-chatting here. So just so you know, there's a lot of chit-chat on Sundays. You want to say hi to everybody, babe?
As soon as I get in.
Oh, okay. He's still getting in. And then we'll say hi. But in the interim, you guys, I'm going to talk to you guys about what I'm thinking, because you guys know I may change my mind mid project, what I'm thinking we're going to do tonight. So this is last week's project. This is how it came, the final project. There is a lot of texture on here. I may have gone a little crazy with my with the pastel ground. And so I will probably use this more for things I'm going to read and not necessarily write on it, right? Because there's a lot of texture on here. But I am super happy with the way that it came out. And I will absolutely be hanging this somewhere in one of my spaces. And then when I need a clipboard, I'll have it because it'll be hanging right there. That's why I love making mixed media pieces on clipboards, because it's like having functional art that you can use every day.
I'm ready when you are.
Huh?
I'm ready when you are.
Okay, I'm ready when you are, babe.
All right, on YouTube, we have Mary Beth Martin, Karen Nance. Thank you for not doing an update right now.
I know.
Sister So, Lisa Dickey, and Jolene DeWitt. Sister So said, hope your weekend has been prosperous. I think maybe we had said you were going to do
another yard sale. Yeah, I can't do it. It's too hot. It is way too hot.
And on the Facebooks, we have Angie Champagne, Jenny Marmion, Flea Brown, and Ken from Santa Barbara, who Flea also says, Miss Flea says hello to Mark. Rajani Doyle, Kathy Hall said, you are so cute. You just know.
You just know. How did you know? He says that he is so cute.
Kim Reimers Lamar. And Laura Andrews, she said, we can barely hear David. Yes, you probably can barely hear me because the air is working triple overtime right now.
It is. And I would turn it off, but then I would be a puddle and there would be no one here to craft. So today, you guys, I have this wooden tray. Oh, man, I took a picture of it. And then he said hi to everybody, you guys. Hey, Alyssa. Hey, Laura. So this is a wood tray. It's a wood tray I got at the store. I've already cleaned it, and I put on a clear primer that's not so clear. I think my brush may have been dirty. And I wanted to make sure and lock back any bleed through. So I did that a couple of hours ago. And then I already removed the handles, and I labeled this. It says leather look tray handles, because I don't know about you guys, but I have lost plenty of hardware in my day. So I put them in here, and I also labeled my bag so I would remember what's in that bag, just in case, I don't finish this right away. But my plans for this tray, you guys, is to do a leather look around the edges and then to decoupage the middle. And so we have a couple of, I started pulling out options for the middle, and I probably got a little carried away because I have a lot of options here. I'm pretty sure this is the industrial masterboard paper. You get our project blocks, I think it is. You get bricks. There's a wood panel. There's this one, which is kind of like, I don't know. It's a collage of different mechanical graphics. And then, of course, you get the typewriter. And I'm thinking that I want to have something black in the middle. So I've pretty much settled on this one, but you guys know how I am. I may change my mind. When I first thought about the project, I was thinking about the Subway decoupage paper, but I think that the typography, the scale is just a little too big, which could be cool. Sometimes it's interesting to play with scale, but I'm just not feeling it. And then so the reason why I want to go with black and white in the middle is because I don't want to have to either try to match my leather look with something on the paper, or have my leather look be competing with something on the paper. So I really do want to go with black and white in the middle, but I did pull out some warm options. This is the brick from the paper I just showed. I contemplated that. I think that might be cool with brick and leather, but I don't know. My style is industrial, but maybe you're someone who likes like country or farmhouse. So maybe this project would make more sense to you if you use like the cowhide in the middle with the leather around the edges. That would be really cool, right? And I thought about using this one, but again, it's the scale. I've actually, every release, I consider redoing this design in a smaller scale. And I just haven't done it yet, but I do think that we need this in a smaller scale, right? And then I thought that the brick, the hardware would look really cool in the middle. And I probably would have used hardware. I probably would have used it like this way. But I couldn't find a piece here at home, and I didn't grab any when I was at the warehouse yesterday. I considered doing the mechanicals. That would be cool, maybe, or even the map would be nice with the leather look around it. I'm gonna set this one right here. That's still a consideration. And then this one is the what is the name of this one? The printer's block. This one could be beautiful with the leather look around it. So really, the three that I'm considering are the map, this black one, or the printer's blocks. But I figured we would get the leather look done first, and then we could look at everything and figure out what we're actually going to use. So for my leather look today, you guys, I'm going to be using PinterArt's Chalky in Burgundy. And then I have the Lazur gel in, Palisander. Palisander, I don't know. And then I have the Wall Azure, and this is their ochre that I have here. And so that's what I'll be using to build up my leather look. And I'm going to be decoupaging using Pent Arts decoupage varnishing gel. I only have, you guys know I love matte, and today I needed either a gloss or semi-gloss. So we'll see what happens. But to build up my leather look, I want to create some texture first. And so I pulled out some tissue paper. I do not know exactly what this tissue paper is, but I'm pretty sure it's just Dollar Tree tissue paper, which is what I want because I want something really thin. And I am going to decoupage this around the edges. And most of the time, we're trying to get rid of wrinkles, but today I am making wrinkles. Oh, very nice. Sonic is winning. So,
Chris Schmidt said she got one of those trays from Harry and David a few years ago. It's really nice. Rajani.
oh, that's what it says. Harry and David right there. Is that a brand? Oh,
It's a store. I don't know.
I don't know.
Rajani and Susan Boehner, Whitmore Glazer says, yeah.
Oh, they want to see the map. Let's do the leather look first, and then we can like look and see. So I'm gonna make some organic tears on this paper, and we're gonna just lay this down around the edges. And I'm gonna try to keep the wrinkles. I probably should tape this off.
Jerry Peter asks a question: is Pentard chalk paint or clay paint?
This one is chalky, so I don't think it's clay based. They may have a clay based line, but I don't think so. It's a chalky base. This one is, but they do have acrylic too. This one is just regular acrylic paint, the white that I'm going to be using. So it just depends on which paint that you get. Do they have a clay paint, Jerry? This one is the chalky.
Lisa Vansel says all of those are her favorite papers. Chris Schmidt says any of the three.
Okay, and I forgot my paintbrushes. I'll be right back.
We'll be right here.
Okay, you guys, if my husband talks about me, you guys tell me, okay? I'm gonna go grab my paintbrushes. I washed them all and I forgot to bring them back out. Oh my gosh. are you gonna
You had the microphone.
sit
You
in
couldn't
for
hear
me?
if I wanted to talk.
Oh, okay. Watch out, Papa. So look, I washed all my brushes today, and so I literally did not have a clean brush to use. But now we're good to go. Oh, I know I took off with the mic. I should have turned the other mic on.
Harry and David is a high-end food gift company. They've been around for decades.
Oh. Well, I bought this high-end tray at the thrift store for like $3, I think. And you guys, if you really like this project, right, and you're like you want to replicate it, you can use like a cabinet door, right? It would be essentially the same thing. I'm
But Jerry
being
Peter asked, can you mix acrylic paint and chalk paint in the same artwork?
absolutely, Jerry. That is what we're gonna do today, girl. And so I'm only putting decoupage medium where I want my paper to stick, and I'm making it wrinkly on purpose. And again, this is just regular Dollar Tree tissue paper. I'm going back to the 90s, my full finishing days, and I'm making a crinkly surface here using tissue paper. I literally did an entire wall like this, and then I painted it gold, like not metallic gold, but like, you know, the paint color gold. Different color golds. Y'all remember? Y'all remember? And you know what? I see what I did here. I don't like that. I don't want any like really straight lines because I feel like those are easy to detect. So I'm going to tear that because I'm going to have to piecemeal it. I guess I should have brought a big piece of tissue paper, but I didn't. So any of the really straight edges like this, I'm going to tear those and then apply more paper. So I'm just going to go all the way around. And I'm also going over the edge too. And I'm being super careful to only get decoupage medium where I want the paper to stick because I literally only want it to be on the edge.
Yesterday was Jenny's last day at her brick and mortar.
Oh,
she said she is crafting like crazy.
Are you crafting like now? You'll have time to craft, Jenny. It's kind of bittersweet though, isn't it? There's a lot of transition in my world right now. Did you see Trisha's post yesterday? The last day of Copper and Cotton in their old location was yesterday. They're moving into my event space. I'm still not speaking to her. She knows because I tell her every time I see her. But speaking of event space, oh, I meant to put a link. Dang it. The 2027 Royce Cycles retreat is open, you guys. There are only 30 seats this year. We're moving into a smaller space. So it's going to be a much more intimate retreat this year with only 30 people. So if you guys are interested, you can find information at roycycledacademy.com. If you go to roycycle.com, you can push the learn button and it'll also take you to the page where you can find information about the retreat. And I meant to make a QR code, but I did not. You guys, white is so hard, but you guys can see like I'm making it wrinkly on purpose. How often do we do that?
Dorothy Lay said she took her journal with to craft on the road.
Ooh, Dorothy is always on the road.
I want to say it was a grandkid's wedding, or I could have sworn I saw a wedding.
Perhaps. I know I'll see her in New York when I go next month.
Or Johnny Doyle said did a wall with brown paper. She should finish it.
That's the thing, right, Rajani? I know I got to meet Rajani in person, which was really cool. We both live here in the same town, and we probably met before professionally, but you know, She came by the yard sale and she came and got my one of the ironing board that was painted in decoupage. She came and got that one. I did that one the year we built this shed. Not built it, but brought it.
Oh, Melissa Huey Gomez.
Hey,
Good
Melissa.
night, everybody.
Good.
Hopefully that's a hello and not I'm leaving.
She might be leaving. Melissa, did you get your package yet? I sent it out last week. Okay. And I'm really trying to make sure that I have wrinkles. I don't need like a ton, but I need some. So I'm kind of manipulating the paper as I put it down to make sure that I get some wrinkles. And this is just regular gift wrapping tissue paper, you guys. I like to get mine at the Dollar Tree because you get like a ton in one package. And I'm making sure that I'm leaving like organic edges when I tear so that I don't have a lot of lines. I'm not worried about them overlapping a little bit because I'm going to paint all this white anyways, and it won't matter.
Jerry Peter asks, can you make a leather look with a brown paper bag?
Absolutely.
Oh, Lisa Vansel says, I've done that with brown lunch bags.
Yeah.
There you go. My kids were in Jersey for a traditional Indian wedding.
Oh. It was probably beautiful, right? Well, it was beautiful either way, but when you say Indian, do you mean indigenous or like
Lisa
India?
Says, yes, got the paintings. They're beautiful.
Oh, good, good, good. I was going to email you and make sure that you got them. I have 2 more in that series, Melissa. I was going to email you to see if you wanted those before I post them. So let me know. You can message me. You don't answer your email, girl, but I'm going to email you, though, so you'll know to look for it.
Technically, aren't there 3 more in that series?
There's only 2. The third one never, came to fruition.
So you're selling 9 is what you're saying?
You said you wanted the big one. I already sold. No, she's buying the studies, babe. Remember?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. No, David already let me know that I cannot sell. Man, why'd you guys let me do that? I cannot sell Nebulous. He wants that one. So when I finish the big one, he is going to put it in his office, I guess. Is that where you're putting her, babe?
Yes, ma'am.
He's already staked his claim on that one. I thought that was just an extra piece of paper. I didn't realize it was tacked on.
East Indian is a 7-day wedding ceremony.
Oh, wow. Oh, I can just smell the food. Okay. Yes, absolutely. I cannot cool off today, y'all. I'm having a problem. And the bad thing is I legitimately don't know if it's hot or if it's me. I suppose I could have done part of this before we met, huh? It's okay. Sometimes I have a habit of popping out of the screen and I don't notice. And then when I go to edit the video, I'm like, dang it. I'm all out of I can't see what I'm doing. And I'm like scrunching my paper up, you know what I'm saying? Because when you go to lay it down, it will straighten out. You guys know that, right? Like when you're decoupaging, your paper has like a little crease in it. You know how it'll straighten out when it gets wet. So I am kind of scrunching it as I lay it down so that I get ripples and wrinkles. And if I would have had one big sheet, I could have used big pieces, but This is all I could find. Because you guys know that this is not what I was going to do with this tray initially, but I will often make up stuff right before we go live, like today.
Jerry asks, what is the temperature where you live?
Well, it says it's 100 degrees, but it feels hotter than that. That's what my computer says. It's 100. I think it's lying to me. And honestly, it may be only 100. It's just humid right now, and I don't like the humidity. It makes everything feel hotter. What happened? You wiped it off.
Your art buddy wants to show you something.
I know, he showed it to me. But he wiped it off though, so like there's nothing for me to see. Mina, it's wiped off. What happened?
I don't know.
I don't know. Here, you take that and bring it back when you draw something, okay?
Lisa Mansell asks, would tattered tapestry clash?
Ooh, it wouldn't. The thing about the leather look, you guys, one day I'm gonna sit down and we're gonna focus on it because you can make it lighter, you can make it darker, you can make it redder. Like you can tweak it to be whatever you want it to be, which is something that we could do. I feel like if I use something that's just rich and kind of in the same family, I won't have enough contrast, right? I feel like the black will give me a lot of contrast, and that will be like, I don't know. And I was on Pinterest, and honestly, what sparked this whole idea was I was looking at this room, and they had like this chalkboard black wall with a white mount on it, like a bull mount, and then this beautiful leather couch sitting in front of it. So that's what I have in my mind. And I think that's why I want the black on here. It's because I'm wanting that contrast.
Is it okay if we talk about something that many of your viewers may not care about?
Yes.
So we do be careful of the wires.
Yeah, come sit over here, Papa, away from the wires, please. Thank you.
We have a number of people that live in this area that watch. They don't usually comment.
Yes.
Just FYI, I used to be the newspaper editor here, and this is the only newspaper I've ever been at where there are no letters to the editor. I don't know why. People just don't want to do things in public here.
No, they don't want to put their name on there.
So, you're involved in something that's coming up in 3 weeks?
It's July 23rd is the actual event. Yes, so that's a little bit more than 3 weeks. 5 weeks, right? Well, I don't know. It's coming up soon, July 23rd. Tomorrow?
It's got to be over here. Or back there. Because there's wires.
It's coming up July 23rd. The event is, you guys, so I don't know if, I know some of my people who've been following me, you guys remember I participated in a pitch contest 3 years ago, and I won here locally, and I think I won $1,200, I think.
Something like that.
So the purse is actually larger this year, so whoever wins is going to get a much larger amount than that. I think our whole purse is $5,000. I forget the breakdown between first, second, and third of how it works. But if you win, so it's moonshot, it's the rural moonshot pitch contest. And the Graham Greenlee competition is happening July 23rd. It is a huge opportunity. So the way that the program works is that you show up on the 23rd and you get to work with mentors all day who help you with your pitch. So they're going to help you to really get your, I think, is it 3 minutes?
Yes.
Your 3-minute pitch about your business together for the competition. So the competition is awesome, right? You have the opportunity to win thousands of dollars for your business. Awesome. But I feel like that's not even the best part of the contest. To me, the best part is being in the room with professionals who are going to help you look at your business from the outside. And the relationships that you build in that room during the pitch contest, you can maintain, like even after the pitch contest, including with, I always forget what the CAC stands for. So this is a partnership between Moonshot, our Small Business Development Center, EAC Small Business Development Center, Graham County Chamber of Commerce, and then we also have the Community Investment Corporation, which is a nonprofit that supports small businesses, including helping them get non-traditional loans for capital, and then the Arizona Commerce Authority is also another partner with this project. So there is just so many opportunities in the room. And Kay said to me one day, I guess because sometimes I say stuff and I don't think about it. And I just said, sometimes the benefit comes from just being in the room with the right people, right? And opportunities just create themselves. And so if you are local, and that's Graham or Greenlee, and you are an entrepreneur, and maybe you have a business idea that you've been thinking about, and maybe you already have an existing business and you have a new idea for your business, I would really, really, really encourage you guys to sign up to participate, because there's so much benefit. So there's cash prizes, and then there are other prizes too, like logo development. I'm trying to think of some of the ones we've gotten. Social media content creation from one of our local companies. I believe our local R&R Communications has a $500 marketing package. So like, you have cash prizes, but you also have other prizes. And everyone who participates will have access to an education program that's valued at $5,500. And this is statewide. So they're like, when you sign up, you win. Whether you actually win the pitch competition or not, you're going to win. And I would just really encourage anybody who's in our area to sign up. Or if you guys know someone, who has a small business or has a business and they have a new idea, have them sign up.
And this is statewide. So if you're not in Graham or Greenlee, go to Moonshot and see where it's taking place across the rest of Arizona.
Yes. So like Robin's, well, I think Robin's in the Phoenix area, but I think it's only in rural communities, right?
It is, but remember, the suburbs are kind of rural.
I say
Laurel Valley
is one of the ones. Okay.
And that's a suburb of Tucson.
Okay. But Tucson is also one of the locations, I think.
I think so.
I think Robin's in the Phoenix area, though. So there are only 20 spots available to participate. And so what will happen is that day, everyone will go, they'll practice their pitches, they'll get them all down. And then that night, they'll call up 7 people to participate, during the pitch contest. And I'm so sad. I'm not sad that I'm going to be in New York, but I'm sad that I'm going to miss the event because I'm going to be in New York. So I'm helping organize something and I want to be here to see it. But it's fine. It's fine. It's not about me. It's just about creating the opportunities. And when I tell you that the relationships matter, those of you who have small businesses, you guys know how isolating it can be, right? There are very few people that you can talk to about your challenges who actually get it. And being able to have relationships with people who can plug you into resources for your business is just, I can't even have the value. Like I met with Brandy from the CIC, and now I'm meeting with a CPA once a week, and she's helping me to really, when I set up my QuickBooks, I set it up to do my taxes, but it doesn't really give me a quick shot of my business. And so we're going through my QuickBooks and cleaning up things and rearranging things and setting it up so that when I look at my dashboard, I can see specific information that's pertinent to like how I see my business. And there's no way I would have access to this resource on my own because I couldn't afford it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Go to it's the Rural Moonshot Pitch Contest, Robin. Go look it up and see, because you can see the list of all the places where they're gonna be.
The way I found it easier to look up is Moonshot Flagstaff.
Oh, okay.
Because they're based on flag.
Okay.
Because otherwise you get like NASA.
Oh, that's why I said Moonshot Pitch Contest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I probably should have had the website ready because I asked David to talk about it. But it really is, Lisa. And then if you win locally, you get to compete at the state level. So the year that I won, it was in the statewide competition was in Flagstaff, and they paid for all of that for you to go, for your room and everything. So it's a really cool experience. Honestly, I knew after the first pitch in Flagstaff that I wasn't going to win. And not being self-deprecating, it's just that I think the very first one was like a company to dehydrate food, right?
He was, I want to say he was the one right before you. There was a first one, then him, then you.
Oh, okay.
You were very early.
Yes.
And so I saw the first one, I was like, okay, that's pretty good. And then you, and I was like, you did well.
Yes.
And he got up and I went, oh, that's the winner. And then the one after him, I went, no,
that's the winner.
And then the one after him, I went, no, that's the winner. It's just amazing how many great small businesses there are.
And it wasn't even like bad, like, oh, I didn't win. Like the experience was so incredible. And I got to connect with so many awesome people that I still have relationships now. So just, it's a huge opportunity. And I would encourage anybody in Graham or Greenlee who's interested to apply. There are only 20 spots available. So please make sure that if you're thinking about it, that you get it done. If you know somebody with a really cool idea or who you think could benefit from the program, please share for me and let them know.
Now, I can only talk about the statewide winner for the year you were there.
Yes.
Because I don't know who won the other year.
I know. I don't know either. But you can go to Moonshot and see the other. Right. And if you go to, when I was getting ready, I went to YouTube and I found other people doing pitches just so I can get an idea of like what a pitch looks like.
Now, the one that won the year you were doing it, they were a manufacturer.
Yes.
They made teardrop trailers.
Yes. Self-sustained teardrop trailers.
What?
They were self-sustained. That's a big deal. Like they had solar, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yes.
But what they wanted from this event was expand the manufacturing, hire more people.
Yes.
And I think that's what really drove it. Because I still say the food dehydrator.
There were so many. The flight simulation guy.
Yeah.
Like there were. It was so cool. I had fun just talking to the people at our table.
Yeah. But the food dehydrator was keeping waste out of the landfill.
Yes.
Getting healthy food out.
Yes.
And working with locally owned stores.
And locally owned farmers. Yeah.
So I thought, well, that seems like a no-brainer. But they went with we're going to hire more people.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the key, but maybe it was just that year.
I was going to say, I think it depends on who the judges are from year to year.
Yeah, you never know.
Sorry. Trying to trim us.
Who says, 1, got to be real. 2, says, wait to the party what you're creating tonight.
I'm making a mess, Cheryl. No, I am creating texture so that we could do a leather look over the top of it. And you guys, I don't know if this is the best way to do it. If you guys have a better idea, absolutely do it that way. But I literally thought about this like maybe 30 minutes before we went live. And I'm all complaining about the heat while I'm running around trying to get everything together.
Robin
Last minute.
She would be interested. Look it up, Robin. It's definitely worth it.
Yes, absolutely.
Dorothy might qualify.
That's true.
Yes, Robin is.
Although Dorothy's not going to be here. She's going to be in New York with me, baby.
Well, it depends on when her area is.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's just Graham and Greeley on the 27th, Dorothy. Your area might be a different date.
Yep.
You make a valid point, darling.
Lisa Vansel says, I can imagine the conversation between you and David was full of inspiration. I'll say, because we wound up going to Las Vegas after that for a convention for Royce, and I think that was one of the best trip conversations we've had. We didn't walk out of there feeling bad.
No, not at all. I felt inspired, honestly. And then they have like a meet and greet the night before. So, and there's a People's Choice Award too. So that's another part. It's another opportunity to win, by the way. So even if you don't get chosen by the judges, you may win the People's Choice.
Which was $5,000 for you.
That was at the state level, but we have a People's locally. I believe we are. I think we are doing a People's Choice. Yes.
But at the state level, it's $10,000 for the win, $5,000 People's Choice.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of money, and the money is good. But I mean, the mentors are professionals and people who work with agencies who have resources to help you.
She had a crafting business. She said she doesn't anymore.
Oh, okay.
I thought she was doing crafting business. I know the bed and breakfast is.
Yeah. Dos Cabezas.
Okay. Crafting with Tracy Hug says, I'm a little late.
Hey, Tracy.
What is the next step? And Jerry Peter, has David ever tried this type of artwork? David is not an artist.
David has decoupage before, Jerry. We've had him on the live. He decoupaged a tray before, and it was red. I remember you painted it red. Oh, yeah, and you made that. There's a door hanging over there you made last Christmas.
Yes.
Yes, darling.
Karen Moyer is
She-
in. She was
that's
coming out
still
the
on
tube
my-
and then realized what time. So Karen is here. Angie says it's like Miss Congeniality.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I want to talk one more thing, and then we can stop talking about this. I'm just so excited. The mentors in the room. I'm pretty sure we're going to have an IP attorney, which can be huge for you in your business, just being able to have that conversation with somebody like that, right? And we're going to have our local economic development specialist, Denny. I believe Denny's going to be a mentor. And I forget who else, but they're all professionals. So they're going to help you with your pitch, but you can also like ask them questions too. You know what, babe? I need you to sit down, okay? Okay. Now, I have my texture base on there. I'm going to paint everything on white. Let me just dust it and make sure that everything is clean. And then we're going to paint everything white because we're going to decoupage the middle. So that needs to be white. And I just want to have like a nice, como se dice, a nice flat surface to work with my texture as well. And my texture could be drier. I'm pushing it. So if you guys are doing this, let your paper dry all the way. Do as I say, you guys, not as I do, okay?
And so that's enough. If you're in Arizona, you have a business, take a look at Moonshot Pitch,
Yes.
Moonshot Flagstaff, Google it, see if it's coming to you. There have already been some.
Yes, there have been some that have already
I
happened.
think Mojave County's already been done. Not that we have anybody who have a Super Bowl that are Kingman.
Yeah.
Um,
And if you're local, when you sign up, Tori is being super generous and she's making herself available for like a one-on-one session over at EDC Small Development Center. So if you're local and you sign up, Tori will reach out to you to have a one-on-one session to help you kind of frame your business so that you can be like the most successful as possible. Sorry, babe. Last thing.
okay.
That's the last thing. I promise.
That's okay. Which app? I don't know. You got a text message that said, which app?
I don't know.
Because I'm on your tablet.
Oh. Oh, that's probably Dom. Somebody ordered from my what do you call it, DoorDash app this morning. I'm freaking out. They ordered Denny's. I don't see any transactions on any of my cards, but like, what the heck? I gotta do some investigating. So I thought maybe it was Dom when he got home from work this morning, but he says it wasn't him. My son's on graveyard, so I thought maybe he ordered, but he did not. So I'm just going around and painting it white. I'm gonna paint everything white, but I'm going around the edges first, you know. I feel like this is taking longer than I anticipated it would.
Rainy Day Vintage says, glad to catch you live.
Hey.
For Johnny Doyle says, what product are you using?
So right now I'm just using Pint Arts acrylic paint. This is the matte paint. And I'm just going over everything so I can have like, I don't know, I just want a flat base to start everything on. And then we know that to decoupage, and you guys, I'm going to be using a dark paper tonight, but I'm still going to start with a light base because regardless of which paper I use, it's going to have light elements, and I want those elements to pop off of the dark. Look at this. I got paint everywhere.
There's scammers everywhere. One got hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna just log out of my out of the app. But I was looking at the card attached to the app. There's nothing on there, so I don't know what the heck. But I just need to log out of that app. But I wasn't sure if it was my son, so I didn't want to do anything.
Oh yeah. we share all the. Oh,
yes.
Don't tell HBO and Disney. But we share all the streamers.
Oh, they know. Every time the kids log into HBO, it logs me out.
No, I'm saying everybody that's watching right now.
No.
Don't tell HBO and Disney.
I'm telling you, HBO knows. That's what I'm saying to you.
They just know that it's not here.
Oh.
They don't know that we're sharing.
I see what you're saying.
Because it's not like we're using it and they try and log in.
Yeah. Just a quick coat. I don't even need it to be perfect. I just want everything to be lightened up so I can start. And I am going to dry this really quickly. And then we can get down to the business of making some leather. I can tell you guys, I'm already excited by the wrinkles around the edge. It's not a ton. It's like just enough. I think it's going to be beautiful.
Maggie LD Victoria says there's a huge scam going on with DoorDash right now. Definitely check with your bank.
Okay. I already logged in and looked. That's what I'm saying. I looked at my account and there's no transaction on there. But I am going to log out of DoorDash. And then I'm going to call Denny's later and check with them too. It's just my son's in graveyard, so he's just waking up to answer me. And I didn't want to do anything and have the police showing up at his door. Oh, I'm drinking iced coffee today, y'all. It's too hot for me to even drink hot coffee. And that's hot. So for those who came in late, just a quick debrief of what we've done. I went around the edges with just some regular Dollar Tree tissue paper, and I decoupaged it and made it wrinkly on purpose, right? And I just used Pint Arts decoupage and varnish. But you guys know when you're decoupaging, you can use, if you have like chalk paints on your table, your clear coat, top coat, clear water-based varnish, you can use that to adhere and to seal, right? If you're someone who has acrylic-based products, you can use your gloss medium, your matte medium, even your heavy gel medium, right, to adhere and to seal to be able to do this step. But I'm using Pint Arts decoupage varnishing glue, and then I went over with their acrylic paint. And so now I'm just drying everything before we move on to our next step, which is going to be to create a leather look. And then I want to decoupage a paper in the middle. This is probably one of my favorite products right here is this. And it's an embossing gun from Ranger, but it makes a perfect dryer for your lives because it's so quiet and it's hot and it dries stuff really quick. Sorry. What were you going to say, Bet?
Rajani asked Maggie to please explain a little bit more about the DoorDash stand.
Oh, okay.
And Maggie says, could I use the back of a decoupage napkin, the part that isn't used to decoupage?
Absolutely, Maggie. It's funny that you said that because I thought about that today because I see so for those who use napkins, they have to divide the extra plies, and the back ply is usually just white. And yes, Maggie, that would be a perfect way to use those, right? Because if you use napkins a lot, you probably have a lot of those. And so I'm drawing this just enough for me to be able to start. I would like to encourage you guys to let your layers dry. Although I have a feeling you guys are a lot like me and impatient anyways. I see my members are catching up in the chat. I like it a lot. I do have a membership, you guys. We meet once a week and we take deep dives into different products and processes. Right now we're in the middle of exploring texture and we have been playing with, oh Lord. Yeah, help me remember the name of stuff we're playing with. I feel like I need to do it. I'm going to do another layer, just super quick. In this middle right here, I'm going to mist it so I can put just a thin coat. I think I may have gone a little bit too fast. I'm trying to rush to get to the good part. Can we get to the good part? And I could have skipped all this and done it ahead of time, but sometimes I feel like when you're learning how to do like a DIY project, it can be discouraging when you watch some people do it online because it looks so fast and easy. And then when you go to do it, it's not fast or easy. So I like to show the steps.
Lee and Melissa Nadrak says, and Karen Moyer says, Venetian plaster.
Venetian plaster, thank y'all. So we're playing with Venetian plaster, which is a really cool product. So we start out with the powder version that you have to mix. And next week, we're going to be playing with a pre-mixed Venetian powder. And Melissa, so Dion, what is Dion's last name? From the Turquoise Iris. She did a class for my retailers. For the recycled retailers, you guys, we have like a training once a quarter. And I'll often bring guests in to teach things that I don't know anything about. And so this quarter, Dion came in and she did a session on photography. And she showed us some of the backgrounds that she uses. And I'm all excited to take some of the texture that we're creating and use it to create backgrounds for my pictures when I'm taking pictures of like projects or products. And if you are interested in carrying Roycycle decoupage papers in your shop or on your website, you can go to roycycle.com. And if you look on top, you'll see retailers. And if you click on there, it'll take you to a page that'll explain, that'll give you some information about becoming a retailer. And you can just submit a really easy form and we'll send you additional information.
Let's see. Robin and Chris both say woods. So I'm going to guess they're referring to what they think Dion's last name is. But
oh, yeah, it is Dion Woods.
No,
thank you.
It's in the Belmonts.
Oh.
Then we have Lee saying, when is your next
release?
And Karen Weir says, you tell.
Oh, yeah, I know. Thank y'all. I'm telling you, my ladies have my back. The next paper release will be next Sunday, and I've gotten a little heat because it's a holiday weekend. It's gonna be Sunday night. You guys will be done holidaying by then, right? So next Sunday, you guys, I will be revealing the new Royce Cycle designs. So be here or be square. Um, I'm really excited about this release. We've had the opportunity. I want to take this off so bad. I'm gonna have to be really careful. We've had the opportunity to, or I've had the opportunity to license with an artist, which is something that I haven't been able to do for a few years. So I am so excited, and I cannot wait till you guys see her designs. Her name is Bree Bordeaux. She's actually an Arizona girl. She lives right up the street. No, not right up the street, but she lives in Queen Creek, so it's right up the street. Um, and I'm so excited to share her artwork with you guys. And then, of course, I will be sharing my own artwork for the first time. So y'all be nice. So I'm laying down this gold color first, and then we're going to go in and we're going to start mixing some glazes in here. So don't be afraid. I know it looks bright, but this is just like the base coat. Don't be scared. What time is it, babe?
It is 4 minutes to 6.
What? Oh, okay. No, that's good. That's good. I feel like I'm like rushing, like my energy is kind of scattery. Is my energy scattery, you guys? Y'all can tell me.
Okay.
I was going to try to say thank you to our sponsors for Moonshot, but I don't know who everybody is. I just know who the people I know. So I'm not going to start listing because I'll leave people off and then I'll be in trouble. I'm being super careful. I don't know this channel right here. What should I do with that, you guys? You guys tell me because I'm going to decoupage this insert right. I mean, this inside part, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that channeled area. I was thinking about just painting it black, but what do you guys think?
Let's see. Lisa Vanson says, I love that it's at night. Melissa Paget says, your portraits are gorgeous. Angie says, we're always nice. Chris Schmidt says, calm yourself, girl. Just get that credit card all warmed up. Donna Simpson, are you going for a caramel colored leather look?
I am. Tonight I'm going to be shooting for a caramel colored leather look. This is always my base coat. And then I build on top of this so that I'm not trying to build on white. You know what I mean? This is going to make it easier. And I have a feeling that this will be dry by the time we're ready to put on our next coat. So I'm not going to worry about drying this in between. And it doesn't matter if it's completely dry. So I will generally put this as my base coat. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to mix it with the burgundy for my next coat. And
Angie Champagne suggests fill with black resin.
ooh, that's a good idea, Angie. I was just thinking, I wonder if I want to cover this with like some resin, just so my tray can be functional, right? I broke my own rule here. You guys, I'm gonna say something that whenever you're mixing colors and you're mixing a dark color and a light color, always start with the light color because the dark is going to impact the light color more than you like ever think that it is, and I know that. And I still did it. So I'm going to end up with probably way too much paint. So what I should have done was start off with a light color paint. Let me get down here so you can see me. I should have started off with a light color first and then mixed in the dark, because it's going to impact it way more than I think it's going to. And it's better to mix it a little bit at a time and get what I want than to try to mix the light into the dark, because you'll be like mixing forever to try to get that dark to move with a lighter color. I hope that makes sense. So I have all this on my palette, and I'm going to be mixing different colors as we go. So I'm going to start with this color right here. And where is what is he wanting to ask me? Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me get my sponge. I forgot it.
Since you're not at your table, who is your favorite Teen Titan?
My favorite Teen Titan? I don't know. Who's the Martian girl? The one who speaks
The one that's green?
no, she wears the pink.
Oh, she's not a Martian, but
Well, I mean, she's an alien.
yeah, she may have
Starfire.
Starfire. I think Starfire is my favorite because she's the nicest.
She's very nice.
And so, and I would probably take this off if I were doing this to make, myself less crazy. But you guys know, I don't have any tape out here. Why would I? That would be too easy. So I'm going to go in and I'm just going to lay down this color. And on my palette, you guys will see I have like a whole lot of different colors mixed here. And so I'm just patting my brush into different colors each time I come in so that I can lay down like different, I don't know. I don't want it to look uniform. Look, speaking of our walls in the 90s, that's kind of what I'm doing, right? I'm going to get over worrying about getting anything on the inside because I can always go over that and paint it again if I need to. And the thing about this is the darker I want my my leather to be is how dark I'm going to make it. And even my richness. So I know that I have one of my members who doesn't care for, like, I like the rich red looking leather. I like it when it looks like that. But I have a member who doesn't like it. And so I can even take my gel.
Okay,
Let me get.
for the channel. Lee says, what you do with the channel depends on what paper you choose. Then she said, Ken said to put upholstery tags
Ooh,
in the channel.
that would be a cool
Lisa
idea.
says, let's see how the decoupage of leather looks first.
And then
something metallic.
With that. So the gel that I'm using, you guys, I forget the name of it. I'm even putting a little bit of that on there. So if you find that you don't like your leather to look like really red, you can mix a little bit of the gel into your color mix so that it's not as red.
Melissa Paget suggests antique beads in the channel. Chris Schmidt says put a complementary color in the channel to set off the project. And Crafftin with Tracy Hugg says, my thought is black. So
All good
got
ideas.
lots of suggestions.
I know.
I dare you to come up with to pick one.
You dare me to pick one? I don't think we're going to have time tonight to pick one. I'm just going around the edges right now, you guys. I know I hate when I'm out of the... And every time I go into my paint, I'm like picking up different colors and just mixing them on my brush so that I get like different variations every time that I go in. Because if you guys, I'm trying to emulate like really old leather too. That's been around. It's seen some things. And so by starting with a gold base, you see what I'm saying? I'm not having to fight with white. And I actually want some of that gold to be peeking through, because our last step is going to be able to go over this with some glaze. And so that's going to deepen it. But I do like having that gold peeking through. And this is pretty easy to get random looks because of the size that I'm working with. But if you're working with a larger area, you just want to make sure that you're turning your sponge every time you come into contact with your surface, so that you don't end up with marks, like the same marks over and over again. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I am going to go in with the dark here, and I just like to pick some areas that are darker than others. So I feel like the corners would be dark. And then if I didn't want to have it be really red, I can use the glaze and mix it in that and just kind of knock the redness back some. And I don't want the corners to all be the same, so I'm not going to do them each the same. I'll just do this ledge on this one. And I'll do the inside ledge on this corner. And that's just some areas where I thought it might be darker. And I think that's it. So this is where I'm at right now with my piece. And so I've just applied that texture all the way around, right? And this is just one way that we can do this. There are a lot of different ways that we can create this finish. I'm going to dry this first, and then we're going to go right over the top with a glaze. So the red paint is a chalk style paint. So let me dry this, and then I'm going to seal it, and then we'll go in with the glaze. It's a chalky paint.
Lisa Vansel, I wonder if your Petrarch paint could be reconstituted, since you said chalky.
Most chalky paints do stay open longer than acrylic paint, but not like clay paint. Like clay-based paint can be reconstituted because it's clay-based. Generally, the chalk paints do, what's the word? They do set at different times, but they do set.
Angie Champagne says, have you ever done a black leather finish?
Yes, Angie, I have. I love it. What I did for the black one, Angie, is I did this finish first, and then I did the black over the top so that this rich brown was showing through the black. If that makes sense. Okay. That is dry. I'm going to go through and I'm going to seal this. The reason I'm sealing this is because it is a chalky paint. I don't want it to absorb that dark brown glaze really quickly because I'll lose control, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go in, and I have a little bit of a struggle here, y'all, because everything that I own is matte. Like, I love a matte finish, but for this particular finish, matte, it really isn't the best. So I have like a little bit of silky shine in the bottom of this left. I need to order some more. So I'm going to save this for the final sealing. So I'm just going to go in. I'm using the same thing I use to decoupage with, my decoupage glue and varnish. And I'm going to go right over. And I'm just going to seal this so that that chalky style paint doesn't absorb the pigments of the glaze and get dark too quickly. And look, I made a mess. I'm going to have to go in there and clean that up too before we decoupage. We may have to figure out the channel next week, because I really do want to get the decoupage down, because I want to see the decoupage next to the leather finish. Now, if I wanted more of a camel leather, I could have done all of this a lot lighter, right? I would still mix a little bit of the red into the gold just so it would be richer. And if I want it to be darker, I could make it even darker by adding more of the brown glaze in here. So you can adjust based on like what your personal preference is or like what project you're working on, right? Because it varies from project to project depending on what we're trying to accomplish. And if you guys are new here, I am live every Monday morning at 10 a.m. For Mad Scientist Monday. So if you guys would like Mondays, we generally do a lot of journaling and mixed media. On Sundays, we are generally doing more upcycling and repurposing. So you can log in to whichever fits your personal, like, what you want to do. Tomorrow, I will have Megan from Pins Art joining me tomorrow. So that should be fun. She's agreed to play the game with me. And so on Mondays, we play a mixed media mashup game, you guys. So I literally have no idea what I'm doing when we show up together. And I have to choose 4 sticks, and each one has a different prompt. And I have to incorporate each prompt into my project. I encourage the mixed media game because it really does help you step outside of what you normally would do and to discover and just to play, especially if you're someone who's struggling to be creative and you're not quite sure what to do when you sit down, right? Because you're just not feeling anything. The game can be a nice way because it'll guide you. And I also have a deck for mark making that I might include tomorrow. We'll see. Having a guest, I might be trying to do too much, but we'll see what happens. That's usually the case with me, though. I've been accused of being a little too much.
Karen Moyer says next week you're showing the paper.
I am, Karen. Next Sunday, I am showing the new recycled papers. And I'm super excited to share them with you.
Donna Simpson says, have you decided which paper you're using?
No, I haven't, Donna.
Right.
I want to get the leather done so we can know what that's going to look like. And then we'll look at the papers together again. I do want a decoupage before we leave tonight. So I'm trying to get through this one. The decoupage will just take a few minutes though, babe.
You say you got 15 minutes. And Lisa Mansell, didn't you publish your game pieces recently?
Yes, Lisa, you can, hold on one second. If you do not have the game, you can get it here. Let me show you. Let me find it. If you are on, I forget what my prompt is on Facebook. Here is the QR code for the mixed media mashup game. You can click here and you can get access to the game. And the way that you do it is you'll get them, they'll be printed out on a piece of paper. And I'll show you guys in just a second what it looks like. I don't know if I have the printout here anywhere. I'm going to keep this moving before I bubble up something. And you guys are probably wondering why I bothered putting those wrinkles. I don't think we're going to see those wrinkles until we start glazing. So you print out the game, and then each stick, it has a header, like, I guess I should get rid of that so you can see it. It has a header on it, like this one says decoupage, and then it says use transparent top layer. So there'll be, the DIY, some of them are for stencils. So you'll have different processes or products on the top, and then you'll have the prompt on the bottom that tells you like what to do with it. So it might say paint with bright colors, or, I don't know, use the misting method for your decoupage, or I think it's interesting. I've been posting videos on YouTube for about 5 years, I think, a little over 5 years. So you guys know the misting method is something that I didn't start teaching until I did my second decoupage class about 3 years ago, I think. And so somebody posted on my really old video that I should use the misting method. Sorry, I think it's funny. But she was she's like, you should mist your paper so that your fibers spread out and you don't get wrinkles. Okay. So if you want to play with us, you can. And my last step for the leather look is to put my glaze on. I'm going to start with a clean brush for that. You guys see why I go through so many brushes? And this part is where you start making decisions about like how dark you want it, how light you want it. You can pat it to pull it up a little bit if you don't want it that dark. If I wanted to pull up more, I could mist it with some water. But every step that you take for this process, you're determining like what kind of leather you're emulating, right? And so it looked really red, but you guys can see that once you add the glaze, it really does knock it back, but it does leave a richness there. And I have some areas where I've left more of that gold showing. And so I did that on purpose so that you guys could kind of see. And I'm just gonna have to clean up my edges because I am just being a mess right now. You could imagine like if you did a whole piece and you had more of that gold peeking through, right? It would be an entirely different looking leather. So you can make decisions every step of the way to kind of determine exactly what you want your end result to be. And the glaze is really transparent. So even when you apply it, you can see through the glaze to see what's underneath. So all that texture. I guess I didn't need the texture, huh? I felt like I was going to, but it would have been fine just on the wood. The next time we do this, we'll just do it on like a flat wood piece or just something flat and see if I'm right. Because I always feel like I need the texture, like something to, I don't know, to play with, but I guess I don't. And I did make this one a little darker than I usually do. But I did want to show something different. Because I'll show you guys the other project just in case some of you guys weren't here for that one. And I'm patting it to pull it up rather than wiping it. Because I feel like I have more control that way. And if you pull up too much, it's not a big deal. You can just lay down some more, right? I have some white areas over here. I'm not sure how that happened. And Pint Art has like a bunch of glazes, but this glaze to me is the most, it gives you the most options. Because one is a little bit more orange and the other one is a little bit more red. I feel like this glaze does give you the ability to kind of shift with the paint.
Lisa Vansel says, Miss solved a lot of my struggles. Dorothy asks, let me get through all these before I answer.
Okay.
Dorothy asks, what are you doing with Megan on Monday? Lee says, misting is game changer. Karen Moyer says, Megan is going to play the game with Royce. Lisa, I like the texture. Donna Simpson, the glaze really shows the wrinkles. I'm partial to wrinkles in my leather. And Chris Schmidt says, actual physical texture is never a bad thing.
I do not disagree. So you guys see our leather that we have here. Did I not pick up the glaze right there? That corner looks just weird and dark. I must have not picked that up. I'm going to miss that. Okay. Thank you, baby. Just pick that up. I must have forgotten to pat that area right there. But you guys can see, right? So in this specific leather one, I use a lot more of the red. You can, and I encourage you guys to experiment because you can lighten your red a little bit more. And this is the one we did last time. So you guys can see that I left a lot more of the gold showing on this one, right? And so it does look a little bit different. I mean, it's kind of the same, but it's just, this one wasn't as dark. I went through and I picked up a lot more paint to reveal the gold underneath, as opposed to this one where I was really focusing on creating more of a darker leather than something light. And of course, if I get to this point, let's do something really quickly. If you get to this point, right, and you're like, oh, I really wanted there to be a little bit more gold showing, I'm going to do something here. I really wanted there to be a little bit more of that lighter color showing. I can always go back in and add that back in, right? Like I'm not stuck to this. And then of course I would seal this again, and then I can go back over it again with the glaze. So if you get to this ending, and I think this is the beauty of using the glaze versus, because in my leather look for fabric, I use wax, which I still love using the wax. But I think that using the glazes gives me more ability to play. So you guys can see I went in and I applied a little bit more of that gold on there. I just want to show you something really quickly. And so maybe I made it a little bit too dark. And I'm like, oh, I should have made it lighter. You can just go back over again and lay down some more paint if you want. I'm sure this company on the back would see my project and they'd be over there like, oh my gosh, what is she doing? I don't know if they would appreciate my efforts, Lisa. And I'm going to seal that again, right? Because I don't want it to suck up that that glaze. Oh, man. You guys, freaking A. It's white paint. I'm moving fast, trying to get done. Okay. Well, if you ever paint white on your leather, this is what you can do. We're going to do like a whole section here, I guess, with the lighter color. I do want to add a little bit. And so I just went in and added a few red marks, but it's still, majority of it's still yellow. So I'm going to dry that again. Old leather gets beaten up. I know. Freaking A, I know. Auntie. I cannot believe I did that. Good night. I just want to get to the decoupage, babe, okay?
Johnny says old leather gets beaten up.
And you know what? I bet you I am going to, while I'm fixing this, are you dropping your markers?
No, I think it's fidgets.
Oh.
Jenny
I thought I
asks,
had.
what glaze are you using?
I am using Pint Arts glaze, and this color, it's the Leisure glaze. And this color is Palisander. I don't know, Palisander. I'm probably saying it all wrong. I'm sure I am, but
Donna Simpson, the texture reinforces the wrapped idea. Lisa Vansel, I got the company on the back, wishes they had thought about recycled leather. Dorothy said she loved last week's leather look.
thank you, Dorothy.
Angie says, freaking A.
That's what I said.
That in a long time.
I painted white on it by accident, so I said freaking A.
Johnny says old leather gets beaten up. Lee says, thank you for showing us how to recover from our mistakes.
You're welcome, Flea.
Donna says, troubleshooting as it occurs, this is what I need.
You know what? Yeah, because if we could panic, right, or just think it's ruined, but honestly, most of the time we can recover, right? Okay, so that's dry. Now I'm gonna go over this with my glaze. I just wanted to show you guys, like if you do it and it's darker than you want it, like you can still recover from that. You're not just stuck with that. And so I would go through, and I'm just patting this, and then I'm gonna show you guys close up. You guys can see, right? It's showing a little bit more of that. And if I'm not satisfied with that, then I'm gonna wet my paper, and I can just pull up a little bit more. Like you're in control. And as long as everything is still like open, because you're just now doing it, then you can make adjustments. So see, I was able to pull that back even more and make it even lighter. So your base is really going to determine like your final result, right, for your leather look. And if you want your leather look to look lighter, then you're going to want to maintain a lighter base. I wouldn't do just the gold by itself. Even if you're going to do it lighter, still warm it up with the burgundy, because you guys can see how that still looks lighter, even though we warmed up that gold with the burgundy, but it still looks warm. And I think you guys are right. The texture of the paper really is lending to the leather look. So that is the leather look. And you can seal this. I would seal it. I tried using a flat, like a dead flat on the leather, and I didn't like it. It like made everything too flat. So I do think like a gloss or a semi-gloss are a better finish than a como se dice, than a flat finish. Um, because most leather, right, has some kind of sheen to it. And the cool thing about this is when we're done with everything, we could still go over this with some wax if we want it, right? There's just something about the way wax looks. I love it a lot. I'm going to touch up just here in this part real quick because I do want us to decoupage before we leave today. My husband's giving me the side eye because I know I'm running late.
The cookie office is closing, Griff.
The cookie office is closing? Okay. And I'm touching this up, and I probably don't even need to because we're going over it with black, but I would rather. And I could put a dark halo around here too, but I don't know if it will be worth the effort because the paper is dark.
Karen Boyer likes the tone and texture of the paper.
And so the last time we used a texture medium, right? And this time we used the tissue paper. I feel like I could come up with 100 ways to create a leather finish. And I'm probably going to be doing a lot of them just because my brain wants to exercise those ideas. Okay, so I'm going to dry this. And I am pretty sure that I'm going to use black, but let me see as far as which paper I'm going to use. And the hardware for this, you guys, is black. It's like perfectly industrial, right? It's just simple black hardware for the handles that go on either side. And so this is a tray if you guys came in late. And I still have to figure out what to do with this channel. I don't know. I might take a poll on my page and we can do it next week. And this is still very tacky because I rushed through all those layers. And so I kind of want to let that set before I start messing around with the channel so that if I get something on here, I can wipe it off fairly easily. If I try to go in there now and I get something on there, I'm not going to be able to wipe it back because this is still really tacky. Okay. My original idea was to use, hey Megan, I was talking about you. Let me cut this paper really quickly so we can like have a visual of how it will look.
Yeah, try it. You can also try it.
So I will be live tomorrow at 10 a.m. and Megan will be here with me. And I believe she's going to play the game too. So if you guys are finding that you're having a hard time finding your creativity, join me on Monday. Honestly, it's an experimentation. It's a laboratory, literally. We're just playing and experimenting and seeing what happens. So there's no pressure to be perfect or to perform or anything. Okay, so this is one. This is the one I wanted to use. And I may go over that with some black wax just to deepen that a little bit because I think I would like that to be a little bit darker black. So that's my one option. The second option was the matte paper, which this one feels like it's probably the most appropriate, right? Ugh, look at that. Of course, I won't be able to get that if I put it on here. Is that the, oh, that's the Americas? So I could put the map. I kind of like that piece right there. And the map would be beautiful with the leather and it would be completely appropriate. So we're going to take a quick vote, baby. Really quick, though, because I know my husband's ready to go. And then we also have the, which is, oh, I love that too. This is the printer's block. So the map, the printer's block, or the black. We'll do 5 minutes voting and then we'll see. Whatever you guys say is what I'm going to do for real. I know I say that all the time and then I do what I want to do.
This requires a quesadilla, just so you know.
This requires a quesadilla? Okay. My poor husband, y'all. When he says he wants me to make him a quesadilla, I want y'all to know how pitiful I am. It is some rotisserie chicken and cheese and tortilla. Like, that's it. Map, printer's block, map. Oh my gosh. Printer's block. Baby, you're going to have to count because it's like, it's going to be pretty close. Map, printer's block. It is literally map, printer's block.
You're getting it faster than me.
Mm-hmm. I know, but I'm not. I wasn't counting.
You said 5 minutes. That's forever.
I know. We'll go 1 more minute. Thank you, Megan. Megan voted with me. Everybody else is voting against me. You know what, Jenny? My husband is from the Midwest, and he is going to eat ketchup with his quesadilla. He cannot eat spicy though. Okay, it's 6:35, baby. Give me the count. So Megan was the only one who voted with me, so fine.
All right. So we have 7 for printer's block. Hold on. 8, 9, 10 for printer's block. For the map, we have 6 for the map.
So,
What's the other one?
oh, that's it, baby. The black one, we only had one vote for that one. So how many for the printer's block did you say? 10?
Yeah, something like that.
And then how many for the map?
6.
Okay, so printer's block it is.
So for all the people giving me a ton of garbage, I have ulcerative colitis. I
Yes.
cannot eat spicy.
He cannot eat spicy.
I'm sorry.
But baby, if you could eat spicy, would you?
I've eaten salsa.
But
I've eaten gumbo. I've eaten all that stuff before the colitis really in. My favorite was garlic bread. I love that stuff.
yes.
I cannot eat it. I'm not the biggest fan of spicy, but
Yes.
I've eaten it.
Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna try to do this without getting paint. I want to use these letters because they're kind of smaller. Is why I'm like really angling to get this in here. And like I said, sometimes it's fun to play with scale, right? So we do have some larger letters on here, which are going to be interesting. When I made this paper, I did try to capture like larger, smaller to give you guys options. Because you can see like this L over here is huge. And I'm rubbing my finger along the edge so that I can score the paper. And that way I'll know where I need to trim. And I always trim just past where I think I need, like maybe a 1/4 of an inch past, just in case mistakes were made, because that happens sometimes. You know how you think you're cutting right where you're supposed to, but you're not, and then your paper's too short? Where are all my big scissors? All I have are the little scissors over here. And I am like super cheap. And so I don't want to cut anywhere I don't have to, because I can use the rest of this paper for another project.
And for the record, quesadilla, I'm just getting chicken and cheese.
I told him.
Yeah.
I told him.
Says, what's the name of the black and white paper?
You know what, Melissa? That paper is from the industrial project blocks. It's the one, it has bricks on one side, it has wood on one side, and it has a typewriter graphic. I'll show it in just a second. I lost sight of my lines, so now I'm just cutting. I hope I'm cutting right. See, look how big that O is. That's really big. Okay. I know we're going over today. I did. I fessed up, baby, to what the quesadilla was. So the industrial project block is this one. And so this black was right here. And then it has the typewriter graphic here. It has the bricks here, which I've used some bricks here apparently on something else. And then it has like a crate design. So this one is really fun. You get 4 designs on one sheet. Ooh, I trimmed it right. I was scared, y'all. So I think this is going to be perfect. I still get my black in here against the leather look. So I'm going to mist my paper, and then we're going to decoupage it down. I am going to be misting the back of this paper. Whenever you guys are using papers that are really saturated, like there's a lot of ink, when you mist it, it just takes the water a little longer to get to the back of the paper. So when I'm working with really dark papers, I will typically mist the back of the paper. And I think I posted a video kind of explaining that, because when I use the Harlequin, you can see it super obvious. Like any area where there's the diamond shape is almost dry. And I'm going to lay down my anchor row, and that's just going to help me make sure that my paper is going to lay down correctly for the rest of the way, right? And you guys will notice I only misted the area that I'm going to be laying down right now. I didn't miss the whole paper. I have found that that works better. So if you've been decoupaging a larger surface and you're struggling with the misting method, this is a way for you to approach it. Just mist the area that you're working on and then mist as you go. I just want to make sure that that's going to be right all the way down. And if you've never used Royce decoupage paper before, it is a tissue paper, but it's an 18-pound tissue paper. So it's not like working with napkins. You're going to have a lot more, it's going to be a lot easier to work with because it doesn't tear as easily. And I like working from left to right just because I'm right-handed. So if you guys wonder, you see me always turning my board around. It's just because I like working left to right. No other reason. So I'm going to go ahead and let's go up to here. And whenever I'm putting down my decoupage medium, I'm looking from the side just to make sure that I don't have any areas where I've missed. If you have an area where you don't have any or enough medium, that's why you get bubbles later. So we don't want bubbles. And I'm always going to end in a straight line so that when I fold my paper back, I'm going to have access to, you know, the rest of the area that I need. I hope that makes sense. So misting it, and when I mist my paper, I'm not in a super big hurry. Give your paper a few minutes to relax and do its thing. And I'm only putting medium where I want my paper to stick. I'm not putting it anywhere out here. If I get it out there, I'm going to wipe it up, okay? Damar is like, you guys are out of time. I guess I could have decoupaged the whatchamacallit, huh?
I'm with him considering the ration of grief I'm taking.
Are you still taking grief?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. You guys can give me grief for feeding my husband rotisserie chicken and tortillas. I'll fry chicken in the winter when it's not hot. Poor David. He gets Royce in her third act. There's no cooking. No, there's a little bit of cooking, but not really.
For the record, I don't need you to cook for me.
I know, babe,
like
but you know.
Because you're good.
Yes.
But I do not require it. I'm not that husband.
Well, no, you're not. That's why we work, baby. Because if you were that husband, there'd be problems. And so I like working from one side to the other because then I can push out any bubbles, right? You know what? I might. What do you guys think? Should I decoupage the trench around there? I don't know. And this decoupage medium that I'm using is matte. Y'all know me. So I'm using this to both adhere my paper, and I'm also going to use it to seal my paper.
Wow.
And I think I have some pouring resin from Pint Art that I could put over this. Is Megan still here, I wonder? And so this particular leather finish, right? It looks almost perfect for this paper. It's crazy because we hadn't chosen the paper yet. What do you guys think? Should I decoupage the trench or no? You know, the little area around there? Because I can. I think I have, well, I may have to touch up a few areas, but that would be nice to introduce a color. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I know we're a little bit over time right now, so I appreciate. We're almost done, Papa. I'm gonna dry this, and then we're gonna be done. Damar is like he is done. The reasons why I try to trim my paper really close when I'm decoupaging is because when the paper dries and it starts contracting, it'll pull up the edges, right? Because this paper around it's getting dry and it's contracting. So if you have your paper trimmed closer, then you really don't have to deal with that too much. It's not a huge deal. If it happens, you can just trim it, or you can snip your paper to release that tension so that that doesn't happen.
Donna Simpson says if you end up resining the tray, do the black border Melissa suggested. Megan says pouring glaze would look really nice.
That's what I was thinking. A pouring glaze would look good, and it also like protect it, right?
You lost.
I lost.
No, Grandpa.
Oh, Grandpa lost. Okay. It's not, I mean, nothing is dry. This stuff is all really tacky, but it's dry enough for us to see. So what do you guys think? I think this is a super fun project. And you guys know this is totally my aesthetic, right? Like industrial leather with a printer's block. And then the hardware, like legitimately, you guys, this hardware that came on the tray is so perfect. Look at that for this piece. So that's what it's going to look like once the hardware is on there. And so I feel like black in the trench would actually be nice because we do have the black hardware, and that would be the tray. And I was going to do something with the bottom because I thought the names under there were like people, you know, like maybe somebody gotten this for like an anniversary or something. Is pouring glaze food safe? That's a good question for Megan. If she's here, she can answer me. I will say that most resin is food safe after it's done off gassing. So like 30 days after everything is off gassed, it's food safe after that. You think about countertops and things that are done with resin. But this is a brand. It's not people. So I think I'm going to leave the bottom alone. I'll clean it up a little bit and leave it and just have the top tray. So that's our project for this week, you guys. I'm kind of happy that I finished it. What do you think, babe? Mr. Bell, what do you think?
It looks like something.
Wow, how did you make it?
It looks like something. You like that?
Yeah, this looks like tricky.
It looks tricky?
Jenny says you can serve
I'm that
David
number.
chicken quesadillas on it.
Yes. There is food safe resin. Yes. I mean, I know not all resin is food safe, but I'm pretty sure after it's done off gassing, most of it is food safe just because it's a non-permeable surface at that point. But I will double check to make sure because I could just put some, resin over this. That's all I have for today. Um, and I know we're over. I'm sorry. Now I have to go cook for my husband because I went over tonight. But thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. This was a really fun project. Thank you for your input. I appreciate it. I hope you guys will try the leather look. I'm working on putting together a kit for you guys to make it super easy. So I'll let you guys know as soon as that's available. But other than that, thank you guys for joining me tonight. You guys remember there isn't anything that I've done here tonight that you guys cannot absolutely do. And a lot of this just comes from experimenting, right? Because where experimentation goes, creativity follows. I will be here live in the morning at 10 a.m. I hope to see you there. You guys have a blessed week, and we'll see you next week.